Go. You're
Yeah,
listening to
welcome
Terror
to
House
Terror House
Radio.
Radio, episode number 15. I'm Matt Forney, your charming and loquacious host. I'm the founder and editor-in-chief of Terror House Press. Joining me is my energized, happy hip-hop sensation co-host and producer,
Sure.
Bryden Proctor. How you doing, Bryden?
It's better than you. I actually still have a mic. You're on a phone.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's an issue with the computer now. I've tried everything. And I've noticed like some other weird shit happening with the computer as well. Like, Microsoft Word is suddenly all of a sudden really slow. Whenever I boot up a computer, I have issues with Origin and the GOG Galaxy.
Mm.
I think like either the hard drive, the solid state drive is going or the processor's going or something.
You know what's really cool? This is the first one we've done where like I'm just cammed up. That way you can just see all of my reactions to the dumb gay shit that you say.
Well, I don't think the audience is going to see it, but it is funny for
No,
me
the
to see
audience.
it.
Oh well, the audience won't see it. This is the whole point. That's what I just said. See, you're not a good listener, Matt. Um.
I'm an
Plus,
excellent listener.
no, you're not, dude. You're not very good at listening. But you know what's cool? I said that whole. It just occurred to me that whole hey, how are you, Bryden? That sets the mood for the whole fucking episode because the listener is sitting there and they're like, is Bryden going to call Matt a faggot or is he gonna go, I'm doing good? It sets the whole mood for the episode. I'm the mood setter.
This sounds like a major philosophical revelation.
I mean, not so much that. I mean, I don't know. Like, see, like, I'm a Nietzsche guy, so like, it seems to me like maybe you just are putting a lot more weight into something than it really is. But I'm just saying, the reality of it is that I set the mood for the show every time.
Deep thoughts here. Deep thoughts.
Oh, with Jack Handy, dude, do you remember that shit? This shit's
What?
funny.
No.
Deep thoughts with Jack Handy, that SNL skit.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Deep thoughts with Bryden.
No,
Bryden controls the show
I
in more ways than one.
I literally do set the tone for the show. And I think everybody listening would agree. I set the tone for the show.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate we can't do live shows at the moment. You'd really be setting the visual tone there with the puke green paint job in your office.
It's not paint, it's just cloth. It's just a green screen.
At this point, I think I'm just going to keep calling it a paint job because it visibly annoys you.
No, it's just that you're too stupid to realize that somebody could buy cloth and like make a studio because you're just like such a low budget person who doesn't ever put any type of fucking, idea or uh girth into your art, like you're just like a skinny dicked bitch who doesn't do anything for their art.
What exactly is the purpose of buying a green screen?
So that I can put whatever I want behind me on a camera, idiot. What do you think a green screen's used for? Oh, I'm gonna do the weather, Matt.
Yeah, but like, why? Why isn't like why not just have the wall behind you? The wall looks fine. I've seen the wall before.
Yeah, but you can like just do whatever you want.
All you've ever put up
It
on there
literally
is
costs it
like,
literally costs fucking $7. And I could just make
oh wait, it's that
sketches.
cheap?
Yeah, it's just cloth, dummy. It's like it's not nobody has to it's not fucking people. You don't have to, what the fuck? It's just cloth.
Well, I don't have anywhere to hang a green screen, but that's
You
an
know,
interesting
you do.
thought.
You do. It's called walls. You just put it on a wall.
I don't have a
You don't have any walls.
large enough section of wall in this
Literally
apartment.
any section of wall.
Like, you haven't seen my my living room, which is where I am. Okay, I've got one of those huge bent couches in one corner. Next to that, there's like right behind me, there's a little table and a lamp. and there is absolutely no room on the wall because everything is covered in artwork. And then on the other side, I've got my kitchen. There's a little brief bit of wall with a smart TV, and then to my right are the windows, which are large. There's no room. There's literally no room.
So there's just
maybe I could hang up a green screen in my fucking foyer.
You know what you could do, which is a thing people do all the time, is they put them up on poles. It's literally just stretching cloth on poles. You can just take a green sheet and hang it from the ceiling behind you, and you don't have to put it on the walls.
That's interesting. Well, this all presupposes me having a camera, which I don't, so I would have to take care of that first.
I have a very expensive camera, and I'm very proud of it. It's a fucking 4K camera.
How much did it cost?
Not that much. It was like $160, $170, something like that.
Yeah, it's not bad. I know you recommended, there's one model you recommended that is actually carried by stores here, but they're all closed.
Well, yeah. So, well, everything. I don't like what they did.
Yeah, you're very you sound very defeated, and it's worth noting that Bryden has not left his apartment in about a month.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, I've also been screaming on DLive, and I think to a certain point on here, about how the whole thing was crashing the economy. It just stinks. It just stinks to high heavens. And like, okay, let's say all of the whatever. I'm not a crazy guy. That's fine. You want to believe whatever you want to believe, but like the result is gonna be, the widening gap between the rich people, and then they didn't want middle class was almost a thing again.
Yeah, people were doing pretty well in the past few years. The unemployment was low. Wages were rising because of all the action against illegal immigrants. Can't have that.
I'm gonna go open a window and smoke a cigarette.
Sounds good.
Over the whole fucking thing. I'm not wrong here. I don't know what I've said on the damn show, but I've been saying the reaction to this is bullshit. It seems like an overreaction. I get it. The virus thing, that's real. But, so's AIDS. It just seems like it's just, look, you shouldn't go outside yet. I mean, if they do this shit for 3 more months, you should 100% just say, fuck this and go outside. The whole thing just seems a little silly to me, Matt. Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong.
It's absolutely. I mean, I was in the shut it down camp about a month ago, but
and then now it's been a month, and you're like, okay, this is fucking. Let me outside. I'll just die. I'll just fucking die.
Well, I can go outside technically. I have a balcony, so I can sit there and smoke. And also the Albanian government is partially loosening the lockdown starting next week. The curfew has been cut back a few hours, and also the whatchamacallit. Oh yeah, and now people can go out for 90 minutes as opposed to going out for an hour, which is nice. But so that's all pretty worth it. But I've seen Italy is extending their lockdown until May 10th. I think Spain is extending theirs. Connecticut said their lockdown is going to be extended to May 20th. There's nothing gonna be fucking left in Connecticut and by May 20th. We've already done irreparable damage to the economy right now. By the way, Bryden is in fact lighting a cigarette.
Yeah, no, I've started smoking again. It's I think that Ohio is gonna be one of the states that is gonna go on longer than is need be. I think you can open up a lot of the fucking economy. I think that you could. but like now we have to rely on fucking dumbass models that have never been correct. Like, that's the thing. None of these models that these fucking assholes have put forward have been correct. And they've been like, oh, it's because of the, because we did the, on account of the lockdown. And it's like, oh, really? Because apparently that, according to the, science people, are like, that would take, like, longer than a couple days to understand if that was good or not. What we're going to find out, that antibody test, I think, is the most important thing. I think we need to find out the antibody. You probably already. Well, I don't know about you, because you're out there in Albania. I don't know what their shit's like, but like, I'm pretty sure I've already had this shit. I got fucking super sick in January, dude. Like, really sick.
Well, I got really sick in December.
Yeah,
and we're hearing reports now that the virus has been around at least since November. I got really. Yeah, I remember this. I was going to Armenia, and I was on a bus. The driver of whom was too cheap to put the heat on. So by the time I was done with this like 8-hour bus ride, I was like utterly like sick, like seriously sick. I spent most of that weekend just like, lying in bed.
How many people?
Which was really fun when the power went out and there was no heat.
How many people were you around?
I was around about 10 people. These are not like huge buses. They're like, they're basically minivan. This was like a Mercedes minivan I was in.
Dude, you probably already fucking had the goddamn thing. I bet when they do the antibody test, like, and that's the thing. I'm not even gonna go take this fucking antibody test. I'm not taking any goddamn stupid little bullshit that they.
You just fucking, the immunity certificates in order to leave the house. Like, what the fuck? What next? Is there a genius idea? I'm like, let's put the immunity certificates in everyone's right hand.
Well, see, the thing is, like, my people have already been through that. I'm not going to have a fucking star put on me. Like, get the fuck out of here with that nonsense, dude. I'm sorry. Like, and then the way the media is reacting to the whole goddamn thing is ridiculous. Like, because you saw the now this thing that were like, look, it's burial plot things. I sent that to you in real time. I was reacting to it too when I sent it to you on Discord. I was like, check this out. They're gonna say it's a Holocaust. They're gonna do that, and I'm just reading it and then just sending shit to you. And I was like, oh no, this is just shit that they do all the time.
Yes. If you die in New York City and you have no next of kin, you're like one of those crazy people who's alone. They throw your body in a pit. And they repossess all your belongings. The state does. They do that all the time. Yeah. There was a New York Times article about it like a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's fucking sad, dude. Like, it's sad that people like live entire lives and they end up alone and they get mass buried. Like, that sucks. But like, it's not that like we have drone footage of Donald Trump murdering fucking people. It's like, what are you doing? These people are liars. And that's the thing that really gets me. Is like, I wish this virus actually meant something. That way that these sons of bitches, like, could all die. Like, I'll die if every journalist on this planet dies. I told Erica tonight, I go, like, the only thing that we've gotten from this virus is watching Fox News and everybody else argue with each other. Which means, guess what? None of us knows what the truth is. And what we should do is go, you're all fired. You're all fired. We have to start over on, the media. You're all fired. It didn't make any sense. You guys are all buttholes. You're all fucking fired. Like, it's so annoying. We thought we realized the media were liars in 2016. This is a new level of they're all fucking lying pieces of shit. Because, like, this is potentially serious. And they're all politically driven lying pieces of fucking scumbag garbage. Fuck these people. They're worse than politicians. I never thought that anybody could be worse than politicians, but the media are. And you know what? In the end, the world will know that I was right when I said everything I've said about journalists.
Yes. Journalists, like, the whole fucking...
Because they're worse than liars. They're worse than liars. They're worse than liars.
I was gonna I was gonna say we're in a world of subjective reality now. Like the concept of objective reality, I mean, doesn't exist for most people. You believe what you want to believe, and you consume the media that tells you what already confirms your biases. You know,
See, that's wrong.
so if you're yeah, it's dumb. It's bad. It's extremely bad in a situation like this where clear-headed objective analysis is needed, and not screeching on either side. It's just a flu, or we need to lock everything down for 18 months. You're saying that now, like fucking idiots like Bill Gates are like, oh, life won't go back to normal after 18 months.
No, he
What's
didn't
his
say
face?
18 months. He said 10 weeks.
Oh, okay. Someone said 18 months. I forget who. I think it was.
No, that was Cuomo. Cuomo was talking about 18 months.
And Cuomo may have said it. I think this guy's like the brother of Rahm Emanuel. He was saying 18 months. I saw it on a website.
Well, can I give a fucking shout out to a pretty solid app that I've been using for well over a year right now? We're not sponsored by them or anything, but go and download an app called Smart News. Smart News is a pretty good app. It gives you all of the bias bullshit, and it gives you like everything. It just gives you the top headlines of fucking Fox and fucking The Hill, and it gives you a fucking fucking what are those things? Daily Caller, and who are those other assholes? Fucking Slate.
Breitbart.
No Breitbart. Thank God. No. It gets rid of fucking like the garbage of like Breitbart and stuff like that. It's pretty fucking solid. It's pretty good, and you can set it up for your local news, which is pretty good. Smart News is a pretty good app. I as Bryden Proctor endorse. This has nothing to do with the show. I endorse Smart News. I think it's a good thing. I get notifications from it multiple times a day. I like it. I think it's good. I endorse it. It gives you both sides of everything as best as anything can, So like, I mean, I'm reading fucking CNN and Fox, but like just the headline stuff from it. I go and read the articles. But like, am I wrong here, Matt? Like, it just seems like it's just the news fighting with each other about how gay Donald Trump is.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I was talking about Smart News. I'll go check that out.
It's a great app.
But yeah, it's two sides trying to force the other side to accept their subjective reality. Either total apocalypse or total nothing. And in the process, we've got. Here's something that's fucking amazing to me now. Governors are prohibiting people from buying like seeds. I know in Michigan,
only in a couple states though. That's the whole thing with a bunch of ridiculous people that are like the governor of Michigan, for example, which you're about to talk about. It has overstepped her power so much and will not be reelected.
Hopefully. I mean, it's like basically this is where you start believing in like NWO theories. Like they want total control. Like why would you not want people like growing their own vegetables? Unless you want them to be you want everyone to be in fucking government soup lines.
Okay, hold on.
Because that's where this is headed if it keeps up. Eventually, there will be no fucking economy. We will all be sealed in our houses. We will all be getting government rations.
Yeah, but let me tell you the logic. So what I like doing is I like trying to get in understanding the logic of fucking why somebody would do that. The logic of why they want to do that is they don't want people wandering through aisles buying other things that they need, say aren't necessary, which apparently clothes aren't necessary, which heaven forbid your fucking shoes go out, right? Like you're like, oh, I just need new shoes. You're not allowed to. The reason is they think that'll get people to not be so close together. That's the logic behind it. It's piss poor logic, don't get me wrong, but that's the logic behind it.
It's stupid. You can already have people social distancing. But I think Walmart in all of its stores has already said that, only a certain number of people are allowed inside the stores at any given time.
Have we checked that? Have we checked that on the fucking, Madame Fior, who didn't want anybody buying seeds? Because like every state is doing different bullshit. Every place is just doing different bullshit. Like every country's doing different bullshit. I mean, I'm willing to just chalk that up to incompetence before I say that like it's gonna be they're gonna crash the dollar or something like that.
No, that's one silver lining. The dollar is doing the opposite of crashing. It's going sky high against everything. So, assuming the quarantine is ever ended here in Europe, I'm going to have a real cheap vacation.
Are you going to Italy?
Oh, Italy's probably going to be super fucking cheap.
Italy would be great, and then like all the food will suck because like all the fucking old people who made food are gone.
I'm sure they wrote it down.
Did you see what it was yesterday? Did you see Donald Trump basically call Jim Acosta a fucking faggot?
No, I did not. What did he say this time?
Well, Jim Acosta was like talking about like, are there ventilators? No. Are there N95 masks? No. And all that. And Donald Trump was like, Excuse me. Look, Jim, I don't think you're that bad of a guy, okay? Look, you're asking the question wrong. The thing is, are there ventilators? Yes. We have so many ventilators. We're going to be sending up ventilators. Our masks, we've got tremendous masks, like, do the whole thing. I think America has more of a handle on this than any other country had because we got hit a little bit late with it. So everybody wants to do that bullshit where they're like, oh, we're 2 weeks behind Italy. It's like, well, New York is fucked. I'm pretty sure America is fine. I think we're going to open up the fucking economy by May. The thing is, I don't think my state over here in Ohio is going to open up until fucking June or July. Because
what?
Mike, dude, DeWine is loving this whole thing. He's a miniature Cuomo over here. Like, people were just like, what a hero. Shutting down bowling alleys and movie theaters. It's fucking dumb, dude. Like, I'm ready to go back to work. I'm ready to fucking just go back to work. This is bullshit. I hate this.
Yeah, I don't mind staying inside, but you know what I want more than anything? I want a fucking hamburger. I want Taco Bell chalupas. I want to eat a pizza. I want to have a nice meal in a sit-down restaurant with like a girl with me or some friends sitting in the smoking section. I just want to eat something that I don't have to cook myself. I'm sick of doing dishes. I'm sick of doing housework. I'm just sick of this shit. I want like food.
Well, I mean, it's like I got plenty of food. I'm not worried about that. I'm losing money. I know several people are losing money that I know are losing money. And like that's shitty because like that's the only thing I collect my own value with at this point is like making money. Because like otherwise, what the fuck am I? To be honest with you, it's not like I write anything. I don't do anything. It's not like I work for a book publishing company or anything. It just it's like I just want to make money, and it's ridiculous. I think it's completely ridiculous. Because what have I been saying for fucking ever? I'm like, this seems like an overreaction. Oh, we're doing that now. Okay, this seems like a little bit over. Okay, this is pretty serious. This seems like an overreaction. Oh, okay, good. Now none of us can go anywhere. It should be a libertarian's nightmare. The amount of people I've seen though who are just like, yeah, lockdown forever. Are you? Oh, well, I mean, those people are usually like poor or stupid. It's just like, buddy, the government can't give you money forever. And the thing is, they're going to give out more checks. That's fine.
They're going to have to.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's fucking shitty. But like what we saw with that first stimulus thing is an absolute nightmare. I mean, it's
total corporate takeover.
Yep, we just watched the country get robbed, and it's horrible. It's horrible to sit back and watch, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, even if the economy reopens by May, we're going to see a massive wipeout of small businesses. We're going to see a massive wipeout of employment. We're going to see Amazon, Costco, Walmart, and other megacorps just have more control. It's going to be like Deus Ex, the fucking terrorist guy at the end of the first mission who's like, in 1900, 90% of Americans were self-employed. Now it's 2%. 1900 corporations paid like 40% of federal income taxes. Now they pay like 1%. That's our world. We're literally moving into the cyberpunk future, except we don't have all the cool cyberpunk shit. We don't have the flying cars. We don't have the robots. We don't have like the biomods and hacking and shit. No, it's just the regular world but shittier.
I think if we open the economy up, or most of the economy up, by May, it won't come to that. But like, if it takes until August, then yeah, because like, here's the thing that also has been annoying to me is like, fine, we take until May to open up the economy. Nobody is really thinking about the long-term repercussions of that, which are going to be echoing out for probably about 2 to 3 years. I know Trump is optimistic about the whole thing, but and also here's the thing about the stock market. It's not gonna fucking dip again, not in a meaningful way like it did down to 18,000. That's not going to happen. If you didn't buy during the dip, which I fucking didn't, I knew I should have fucking bought Boeing during that time. And when Bitcoin was down fucking 3,800.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pissed about that. Like, that's already on its way back up. Like, I was going to buy some more Link, but Link is already up by about $1 in the past couple of days.
Well, Link, the way Link operates, it'll just dip back down again anyway. But yeah, like, I'm pissed. Like, Boeing was at fucking $97, and I'm like, I'm gonna buy. I didn't buy it just because I was like, I need to talk to my buddy who knows way more about this. And then he didn't answer the phone the next day. And then the day after that, it was like back up to 124. I should have just pulled the trigger on that shit because, dude, this time next year, Boeing is going to be back up to fucking like 220. It's...
Hopefully when staking launches, Link will go up to like 20 or 30 or something.
I mean, like, the thing is, like, the economy is honestly going to be fine, which is the most important thing. Like, the most important thing. It's going to be hard to come back from that employment thing. And the reason is the bullshit with, we're just going to give everybody an extra $600 a week.
Well, I'm gonna make a prediction. The term jobless recovery is gonna make a comeback. You remember that term, like about 10 years ago with the financial recession of 2008? They called it a jobless recovery because even though the economy recovered, the magic line went up, a ton of people were still out of work. Another thing to consider is,
for a second.
There will eventually be.
Fuck you. Stop saying magic line. Like, it's
magic line.
You know as well as I do that like how the Dow and the S&P works, especially the S&P, fucking matters to like really old people. The S&P, tons of retired people. That quote unquote, as you put it, magic line matters what their check is, right? Like my grandmother, that matters. If the S&P does good, she gets a bigger check. She calls it my 13th check, because she gets it on the 13th. Like, this is not a like magic line that only like bully little Wall Street bankers get, dude. Like, I mean, this is like people's lives, So like when I see the far right or anybody talk about that bullshit, it pisses me off because this shit is real, dude. It's a real thing that affects a lot of people's fucking lives. Not just people who that's their whole income. Like
People calling it the magic line. I don't think it's because of that. I think it's because it seems to be totally disconnected from anything real.
that's an issue that we should talk about for sure with the Dow, because I called shenanigans when gold dipped and also the Dow dipped. I said, "What the fuck is going on?" I think it was March 13th, something like that. But you can go back and find it because that's an unusual thing to happen. Usually, when the Dow dips, gold goes up. They both dipped. And I said, shenanigans, something's up. I don't know what it is. I don't know who's benefiting, but something happened that day. That day. I think it was March 13th, but maybe I'm wrong. But you can go back. You can go back and find it. You can go back and find it.
I believe you. I believe you. Yeah.
That's the day I called shenanigans. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on with that, but like calling it magic line this and that or whatever, yeah, I think it's bullshit. Like this does affect people's lives, just not millennial or Zoomer lives, or Gen Xers who didn't invest properly. Like if you don't have fucking investments by your 40s, like you're not gonna retire. So, that's a you thing.
Well, like the point I was getting at before you cut me off was
Sorry.
with regards to the jobless recovery, and another factor here is like, yeah, jobs will probably come back in some form after this, but what are the quality of the jobs going to be? We've seen this happen again and again with these economic recessions. A bunch of jobs go up in smoke, and then like the jobs that come out to replace them are like shittier. Like the big thing I see is going to happen is there's going to be a lot more gig economy bullshit.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot fewer actual jobs with benefits, and people are just in general going to be poorer.
Yeah, okay, but here's the thing, bud. Like if we open it up by May, a lot of those jobs aren't going to be lost because, like, the thing is, the jobs that are going to be lost are like bowling alley, like I've been saying. Bowling alleys, movie theaters, and restaurants. There will always be more bowling alleys and restaurants. Maybe not movie theaters, because maybe not bowling alleys either. But like restaurant jobs, there'll always be new restaurants. That's great. Like if the small business recovery loans and shit like that are going out there, like to gravel companies and stuff like that, that can kick back up in May like nobody's business. That can just go back, and it was a weird month. It was a shitty month, But if we wait till August, yeah, that's going to be a real fucking issue.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. That's good to hear.
We need to open the fucking economy is what we need to do. I'm tired of hearing this shit. We need to open the fucking economy again. We need to just go back to work.
We need to either open the economy or the government needs to give like real support to people. Like it can't be this weird mishmash where we get nothing, but we're also not allowed to work.
Yeah, I mean, but like yeah, I mean how much I hate just like handing out fucking money to anybody, people or corporations or small business or anything. I mean, money should mean something. You got to work for it. Like because otherwise it's like sweet. It's just free money. I mean, why doesn't Donald Trump just hand out a bunch of Valve indexes? We can all play Half-Life Alex. Yeah, it's if it doesn't open by May, we're gonna be in for some real issues. I think. I mean, like irreparable fucking multi-year fucking issues. I think what we're gonna see is probably a big problem for the next couple of years, but like most jobs are gonna come back. Most people are ready to go. They're ready to fucking go back to work. I think they're tired of this and they want to go.
Yeah, because the alternative is fucking breadlines.
Yeah.
Like, the alternative is the Great Depression level fucking starvation and poverty. That's another thing too, is like how much damage has been done to like international supply lines because of all this bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Look, you got stories now of farmers that are like tossing their vegetables in the lagoon because they can't sell them. They're flushing milk out into lagoons because they can't sell it. Um, I suspect that this goes on much longer. We're going to see serious shortages of like staple things that people need.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah.
Some of that I think is artificially induced because certain powers that be think that the little people are consuming too much. So we have to consume. We can't consume more than our fair share, which is where stuff like banning people from buying seeds plays in. You have to be happy with your little bit of gruel and your UBI and your cubicle apartment, and because we have to protect the earth.
Remember when people were all excited about UBI, and I'm like, look at the rest of his platform, dude. It has social credit scores in it, like the Chinese are saying. I mean, I like his mall revitalization thing, but everybody's like $1,000. Like,
postal banking was also a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, he had a lot of really good ideas. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I was wondering when people are gonna call him a fascist. Because he literally was. All his platform was literally fascist. People don't even know what fascist is. They don't know what fascist is.
His platform was the Communist Party of China. Let's just be real.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, but I mean, they're kind of fascist, honestly. Like, they're like, we're communist. I'm like, are you? It seems like fascist.
Well, like at a certain level, it just seems like they're difficult to distinguish from each other.
Yeah, but I mean, their whole idea was just like because like fascism is like the marriage of corporatocracy and fucking government, which is like literally what China is.
Good point.
I mean,
I think the term they use, they don't even use the term communist anymore. It's socialism with Chinese characteristics.
Well, no, didn't they say that they're like they're like socialism with communism in 12 years or some bullshit. Like, I'm big on like understanding and explaining to people what fascist is, because what it is an economic thing.
Yes.
The Chinese are fucking fascists. They're just not your great. I mean, what do they do? Great pride in the nation, all that fucking, like, from head to toe. The Chinese are the Chi-Coms are goddamn fascists. They just masquerade as commies. I mean, I'm just working this out now in my head as I'm saying it, but like now that I think about it, yeah, they are. Good for them.
They can have fun with that. Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah, have fun with that bullshit, you fucking losers. See, because I mean, I'm not gonna take anything except liberty over here, as an American girls. American guys got a fucking something, I forget the lyrics, but we're cool and something freedom and other eagles and
American dick up my ass, pit red, white, and blue, corporate dick. And when I see the Europors with their workers' rights, I'd be like, you gotta have this dick of freedom that makes me an American.
I'm sorry. To any Europors that are listening, do you know that I could just like go out in the street and scream the N-word and nothing would happen, even if it wasn't quarantine? Alright? And if you did that, you would go to prison forever.
No, you can do that here.
Well, because they don't know what it means over there.
Yeah, it's like that joke from the '60s that of like an American and a Soviet were debating the concept of freedom of speech, and the American says, "Well, in America, I can go up on the White House lawn and call the president a jerk." And the Soviet guy was like, well, yes. In Russia, I can go up onto the Kremlin and call the American president a jerk.
That's pretty funny. uh, I mean, I don't know. Like, now I just want to say, like, in America, internet fucks you.
Oh man, those jokes are so corny.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, fucking Yovi was pretty funny. He's good.
I guess.
Dude, I mean, from a comedic standpoint, he's good. I got into a fight with Erica tonight about like what was funny, because like we were watching The Weekly Sweat, and Sean said that like no movies from 2000 to 2009 were funny, and I'm like, fuck you. Walk Hard, The Hangover, Step Brothers, Tropic Thunder. I knocked up. Like, I'm like, what the hell? Like, he's wrong. And then Erica's like, all those movies suck. And I was like, divorce. You know, like, I don't know. If you don't think that she did agree that Tropic Thunder is good, because everybody should. Grandma's Boy, great fucking movie. You know, and I go, you know what? Fuck you. Comedians all say those are the best movies. All right, like I don't care what people who don't tell jokes think is funny. That's just the way I am now at this point. I have been since about 21. I've been doing stand up and like telling jokes and fucking like writing and doing all this bull fucking shit, podcasting and all that. Later on down the, I mean, like over the course of from 21 to 32, all right, I've done a big litany of shit. Fuck you. Grandma's Boy is a funny movie. That's all I've learned. Is that Grandma's Boy is a funny movie.
I've never seen it actually.
Oh, it's good. Adios, turd nugget.
Yeah, I'll go watch it sometime.
You should. It's fucking got Nick Swartzen in it before he became gross.
Yeah, I mean the thing the thing I'd comment about comedy in the 2000s is like a lot of like those Apatow movies didn't really age well. Like the later ones.
Yeah, Judd Apatow is fucking what he is, but like, dude, like I have not my comedy has not matured since like the 2000s. Like, it hasn't. I'm just like, fag. You know, and that's what 2000s comedy was. Like, it's just, like, that's it. They're just like, butthole. You know, that's it. That's it.
You know how I know you're gay?
Yeah, exactly. You know how I know you're gay? Like, that's fucking incredible. You know, 40-Year-Old Virgin, great fucking movie. You know, I love that shit because it's the best comedy. It's the best shit. You know, you're dumb as hell if you think The Hangover isn't a good movie.
Yeah, I got a question for you. Have you ever seen Sex Drive, and what do you think of Sex Drive?
Yeah, Sex Drive is a great fucking movie.
Yeah, that movie aged pretty well. It's
it's good.
It's kind of like what Charade was to Hitchcock movies. You know, like Sex Drive took the Apatow formula and did it like better than Apatow did.
Yeah, there's no reason to make it fucking gay. It's just a good movie. I mean, Hitchcock's a fucking faggot. I love horror movies. Don't get me wrong, but Hitchcock is a fucking hack.
You don't like Hitchcock? You don't like Psycho?
Stupid.
You don't like
Psycho's,
The Birds?
Psycho, stupid, Burt. I mean, like, who gives a shit? It's dumb. It's just like, here's the black and white. I don't care about it. It's fucking dumb.
You never seen Family Plot or Rope or...
I have not seen either one of those now, maybe, so I don't know. I mean, you know what I like that's a really old movie is Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. Oh, and Some Like It Hot. Those are both really
Wait, good. You like Cat on a Hot Tin Roof?
Yeah,
that's a shock.
No, it's okay. It's a good movie.
The one with Elizabeth Taylor?
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay, but like...
Why is that a shock?
I'm just trying to wrap my head around
I fucking love.
someone not liking Hitchcock, but liking the Taylor version of Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
I mean, dude, I also love Casablanca. You know, I'm like, that's a great movie.
Casablanca's overrated.
It is overrated. I agree, but it's a good movie.
What's her face and Humphrey Bogart just didn't work well together.
I disagree. I think it was just a good movie.
I don't think it's a bad movie. I just think
You know who
it
I
gets
like is
way too
you know
many.
who I really like is Bing Crosby. You know, because he looks like a frog. It's like,
You
oh
gotta be. Are you fucking kidding? You gotta be pulling my leg now.
no, Bing Crosby's hilarious. He looks like a frog. It's hilarious. No, I mean it's an okay movie. I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is my favorite movie, but it's a good movie. So everybody should watch it at least once and go, yeah, I either like it or I don't. What's the
Okay.
point? What's so bad about that?
No, just I'm just
I
trying
like
to
a
wrap my
lot of
head around the
classic
logic.
movies, buddy.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around the logic of your
I just don't like
likes.
Hitchcock.
Well, what don't you like about Hitchcock?
It's hacky.
He
This is
basically invented filmmaking.
yeah, but it's also the same reason I don't like Kubrick.
Yeah, Kubrick's very hit or miss.
It's just hanky bullshit that I've like heard too much about. Cause like yeah, okay, the reason I don't like reading, it's
Yeah.
like, I don't want somebody to cuck my mind or whatever with some bullshit. And it's just like I'm tired of hearing about like trash about like, oh, this is so great. Same with films. I don't even like movies. I prefer TV shows over movies 1,000 times over. Um, it yeah, I don't know. Kubrick's fucking annoying. Like,
Like I
fucking.
can get now, like I said, I can not get not liking Kubrick because again, he's very hit or miss.
He's way better
The
than
movie I
Hitchcock.
like of his the most is Barry Lyndon.
I don't know
Have you
that
seen
one.
Barry Lyndon?
No, I don't know that one.
It's a historical drama set in like 18th century Ireland. But the main thing they did in terms of innovation was that they figured out how to have an entire film lit by candlelight with no artificial lights, which was
Huh.
pretty amazing. They took like they used lenses that NASA had developed for like the Apollo missions and used them to film
Oh, and they
in
faked the
dark
moon
characters.
landing.
Yeah, yeah. That's how Kubrick got the lenses after he helped film the moon landing.
I just, I don't, like that just sounds like some gay shit that I don't care about. You know what's awesome? Fucking GoPros. You know, like, I don't care. I don't care about anybody's art. I think art is stupid, and like anybody's art or how they did things is fucking irrelevant to me. Which is why, my favorite painter is Van Gogh. Um, just because, like, I like that guy. I don't care about how he did any of that shit at all. I like him. I just like how he painted shit. I don't want to hear a goddamn thing about him. I know, the one thing that makes me like him that I've heard about his past is, well, he just died poor as shit and nobody ever fucking cared until he was dead. And I'm like, that guy's relatable. And that's it. I don't care about what his brushstrokes were like. I don't care about any of that fucking retard shit. I don't care about anybody's stupid fucking art process. You just make shit and you fucking die. And that's it. That's all you do. You make shit and you fucking die. And you shouldn't expect praise for it. And, you should just make your shit and die. That's what I do. As an artist, I'm gonna make shit and die. And good.
Make shit and die.
Make shit and die.
That's gonna be the title of your self-help book.
No, my self-help book is being called I'm Dead and So Can You. Because they don't let you print the N-word on books. Like,
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
oh man. No, I told you I want to make a series of young adult novels like Harry Potter, and then just make the titles um, the first letter of each title or whatever very bold, and then just it's like N I G. Just fucking spell out the N-word.
And then the follow-up will just spell out, the letters will spell out K-I-K.
Yeah, that'll be, I mean, that'd be hilarious.
Mm.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm wrong, and I'm not trying to be like fucking like, it's just one of those days when you don't want to wake up. Everything is fucked. Like fucking, Mogcore motherfucker, but like, make shit and die. Like, if you're an artist, make your shit and die. It doesn't matter, dude. What did every great artist do? They made their shit and died. I don't think I'm a great artist. I do consider myself an entertainer, which is an artist. I'm going to make my shit and I'm going to fucking die. And that's it. And people may like it and they may not like it. But you just make your shit and you fucking die. End of it.
Yes, make shit and die, and don't be too pretentious about it.
Just stop being a fucking faggot about everything. Like, I deserve this. No, you don't deserve shit. You're a fucking loser, dude. You're an idiot who couldn't get a real job to begin with, you nerd. Fuck you. Like, just make your shit and fucking die, and then we'll decide. I will decide if it's good or bad. I do like Van Gogh a lot, though. For real. I really like him. He's my favorite, dude.
Van Gogh's okay.
Well, who's your favorite painter?
Probably Bosch.
I don't know who that is. Send me a thing.
Hieronymus Bosch, Garden of Earthly Delights. I believe he also, or was that Bruegel painted the Death of Icarus?
I don't know. It sounds fucking gay, though. Okay, so
I also like Edvard Munch. Edward, yeah.
I searched
Hieronymus Bosch was his name.
Well, I searched Bosch, and it was like David Allen Bosch. And it turns out he's just like a cool guy who wears hats. Yeah, he looks like a really cool dude who I want to hang out with who wears hats. And he was born in Hartford, Connecticut, and he's an actor. And his first role was in the school production of The Adventures of Tom Sawyer in the 6th grade. It looks like he hasn't really done anything. And no one knows who this guy is. But, he was in Law & Order. He was in a couple different Law & Order. Special Victims Unit and Criminal Intent. He was in The Mentalist. And just regular Law & Order. Oh, he was in Frasier. And 30 Rock. Oh, dude, he was in 30 Rock. That's one of my favorite shows. I got in a fight with Erica earlier tonight. Over, like, what's funny. And,
Are you okay, Brian? Because you literally just repeated the exact same story you did like 20 minutes ago.
Well, just 30 Rock is good. I really like 30 Rock. I'm just saying, it's like jokes per minute, and 30 Rock is fucking incredible. You know what's really good? Andrew Tribeca, fantastic show. Community, really heartfelt show, good one. I mean, if you're looking for comedies, I'm telling you, I'm your guy. Or horror stories. I got horror movies for days. But they're usually bad. And they basically loop around into being comedies again.
Yeah, I've never seen 30 Rock.
No, it's so good. It has the best character ever. So it's Alec Baldwin, right? And he just kicks down a door, or he kicks down a wall actually, and comes in, and he goes, "I'm Jack Donaghy." Jack Donaghy is a hyper-conservative Reaganite, and it's the best character ever. You got to get over the fact that it's fucking Alec Baldwin, but Alec Baldwin's a great actor. You just have to, separate. You seem like a guy that can separate the fucking art from the artist. So
yeah.
Plus, like, actors aren't artists. That's the thing. Actors are not artists. I don't know where people got this fucking idea up their ass that
actors are cattle.
They're trash. I've dealt with actors so many times, and they're just like the worst people. They're hollow. They're just, as people, they're hollow shit. I hate
Yeah, yeah.
actors.
Like I said, Hitchcock said that actors were cattle. They're there to do their lines, and that's it.
It's, I mean, that's he's being polite. I think they're hollow people. Like cattle would imply that they have some type of anything going on. Like I mean, they're just seriously. No, I fucking hate actors. They're like some of the worst people I've ever met in my entire life because like I'm just like they're on top of being self-absorbed, they're stupid. Uh, it's oh
Well,
god.
there's a reason why the Romans regarded actors as being one step above prostitutes.
I mean, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, they thought actors were absolute trash.
Well, they are. They're just like I forget who it was. Said you can always tell an actor by the glazed over look in their eye when you're talking to them while they're waiting to speak. It's they're the worst fucking people. I hate actors. I hate them. I hate actors more than I hate writers. It's nothing's worse than fucking comedy writers. One, because like you can't impress them because they've already heard it all. I mean, they're my favorite people to hang out with, more so than comedians. I hate comedians. I just really don't like fucking hanging out with creative people.
Is there anyone you do like? Because like you hate comedians, you hate comedy writers, you hate actors. Do you like
Comedy
garbage
writers.
men?
No, I like
Do you
fucking.
like
I just like comedy writers more than anybody. Honestly, comedy writers are the best people to hang out with. Because they're like comedians, but they're not so fucking self-absorbed because it's just different. They're all stand-up comics, but like they just are like, I fucking hate comedy. So they're just funny people that hate comedy. The good comedy writers are the best people, honestly. Yeah, those are my people as comedy writers.
interesting, interesting. I've never. I can share with you hatred of actors. I mean, because actors are basically just the kind of skill, the skill set of being able to mimic and pretend to be another person. The people who are going to excel at that are going to be the people who basically are a spiritual void.
Yeah, I mean,
And we're
well,
shocked that they end up being like they end up like sucking the producer's dick or doing all this other heinous shit it's because there's nothing there.
like I think I'm a void of a human being.
You have a personality though.
I mean, do I?
You have a soul. You have hopes and dreams and aspirations. Like
No,
you're
no,
a
no.
real
I
person.
used to have hopes and dreams and aspirations. Now I'm 32, and everything is a. It's like the world is the opposite of an oyster for me. All right,
The
thought.
world is a steaming turd.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I like that you could put that on my gravestone. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Here lies Bryden Proctor. Yeah, I mean, I guess. It's not like I've picked up smoking again. All right, like that's how fucking devoid of every fucking thing that I am. Because I'm like, oh, I picked up smoking during a fucking pandemic where it's like, as you know, smokers they die of this usually, and I'm like, oh, you look at that. I bought a pack of cigarettes a few months ago, and I'm gonna pick up more, I guess.
They're still good. I mean, I
Oh
guess.
yeah. I mean, I only bought them like 2 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought of this. What do you think of this? What do you think of this sketch? I'm gonna do one. I figured this will piss everybody off, and this is, I don't know. Like, my favorite comics are, well, they're not comics, but like my favorite people I model my shit after is like, obviously Andy Kaufman, the fucking legend. Sacha Baron Cohen is pretty good, but like, I can't go outside and piss people off. I think this is something that would make all sides mad, and I want to do it. I want to do George Lincoln Rockwell. I figured this would make everybody mad if I just did George Lincoln Rockwell, right? It's because I have a pipe, because I do smoke pipe tobacco. It's a good habit. You got to pick it up. It's pretty good. But I got the pipe. I do the thing, and I go, I'm George Lincoln. I don't know how to do his voice. I haven't listened to this guy for fucking. Who cares, you know? But I'm George Lincoln Rockwell. Did you know that the Jews are controlling Donald J. Trump? And that is why I, like many people, like many dead people, will be voting for Joe Biden for president. I think I'm going to do that one. And if I don't do it, then it's just on the podcast and it's a good bet. But, yeah, I think
I'm George Lincoln Rockwell. I have known many men who were homosexual, but I cured them with 9mm.
Well, it doesn't have anything to do with the election. I'm thinking I'm just going to do a 10
I was
bet.
just imitating. I was imitating something he actually said.
Oh, well, I don't know that much about Rockwell outside of his, like writing and shit.
There's an interview he did with the CBC back in '65 where he talks about how like many former members of the American Nazi Party were homosexuals, but he cured them.
He was a real showstopper, you know.
He also said in that interview that he hated homosexuals more than he hated Jews.
Interesting. And yet a gay guy killed him.
Wait, a gay guy killed him?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the guy who killed him was like one of his guys, but he was a gay guy.
Oh, yeah. Well, like, yeah, he actually elaborated on this. Like he said homosexuals were the enemy of civilization. He was a lot softer on the Jews. He's like, there are some Jews who aren't so bad, but I mainly hate homos.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna be honest about it, there's some of everybody who ain't so fucking bad.
Yeah.
I mean, like, not that I'm good God. Not that I'm sympathizing with George Lincoln Rockwell or anything, but I just can't imagine ever having feelings about anything ever. Like
you don't have feelings?
Oh, I mean, I feel anger, and greed. I have that one. I have that one. And sad. Sometimes it gets sad, but that one's quickly followed by anger, because it was obviously somebody's fault that I'm sad, and you know who it might have been? With the Jews.
Yeah, it reminds me of something a friend told me once about this girl he was dating, and she was like, the reason I like you is because you don't have feelings. And he was like, what are you talking about? I got feelings. I get hungry sometimes. I get tired.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just the older I get, the more I find myself thinking like I don't like to be around people, Matt. You know? Like, I just don't like to be around them. And then I heard about this book, Walden. You ever read that?
Yes, I've read that.
You ever read Walden? It's a good one.
It's by Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Yeah, I don't think that's who that was by. So this guy, he wrote a book called Walden, and the whole thing was he hung out in the woods by himself. And Matt, do you know what he found out?
What did he find out?
That it was fine to do that.
By the way, I was wrong. The book is by Henry David Thoreau.
Yeah. Henry David killed himself.
Did he really?
Henry David thoroughly fucking shot himself in the head.
He thoroughly shot himself in the head.
He fucking killed himself, Matt. And like those are the guys that I like. Henry David Thoreau. He was good. Walden was a great book. It's not a great book. I'm lying to our audience that likes to read. So like I'm lying to them. Because they'll go read it and go, Bryden was an asshole. This is a boring fucking book. It is horrible. It's one of the few books I've read. But that's why, you know what I like is that we're gonna have a fucking Bryan on next week, hopefully, and Benjamin Walton. That's right.
Yes.
We're gonna have him on, and he's a guy who reminds me of Henry David fucking Hitler or whatever. And it's like I like his work a lot, except for his hatred of the Jews. So you go read that. He's like everything's everything's really good, except for his hatred of the Jews. But no. Henry David Thoreau is pretty good read, and Benjamin Walton's pretty good too. Like Benjamin Walton's my favorite living author, to be honest with you. Well, besides fucking Mark Z. Danielewski. But Mark Z. Danielewski hadn't written shit good in years. Mark Z. Danielewski is an amazing horror author who doesn't realize he's a horror author because he wants to write everything except horror. He's also a really nice guy. I was lucky enough to meet him in LA one time, and he was shocked I knew who he was. And it's like, you're the only idiot wearing that hat. Because Google Mark C. Danielewski right now. He always wears that stupid fedora.
Okay, I'm doing it. By the way, you were wrong. Henry David Thoreau did not shoot himself. He died of tuberculosis.
Oh, well, he emotionally shot himself then.
I think you're thinking of Hemingway.
No, everybody's always thinking of Hemingway every day of our lives.
Wow, you're right. Danielewski does wear like this bowler hat.
Yeah, he looks bad.
Picked up in Bolivia or something.
Yeah, no, he looks bad. He was shocked when I recognized him. He was like really happy and shocked and kind because I like recognized him. It's like, because like you gotta think about it. Like, how often do authors get recognized? But yeah, he's he's a great guy. He's a really really nice person. And then he was like, oh yeah, I'm working on a new thing. And guess what? His new thing sucked dick, and he didn't follow through with it. He was supposed to write a new book every month for 2 years or whatever. He got 6 months. He sucks. He's not.
Well,
only Revolutions.
Writing a book in 2 months.
No, it was all finished and stuff. It just the publisher didn't like it, because what are you gonna do? You're gonna sign up for fucking? You wouldn't do that. You're okay on the publishing end. The money end of that. If it's not selling, it's not gonna fucking. You're gonna sign up for 2 fucking years of that shit.
No,
you won't do it. His best books are obviously House of Leaves, and then Only Revolutions is really good as well. And Only Revolutions is really short. You can read that in a day. You read 7 pages, turn it over, read the other 7 pages, and it's a story of male and female. It's like a love story. It's really good. Everything else he's ever done is kind of fucking gay. Not bad. It's just gay.
Yeah, that's what Calvin said. Everything after House of Leaves just sucked. He actually thinks that
Only Revolutions was good.
He thinks that Danielewski stole the idea from House of Leaves from some dude he met in rehab.
Fucking probably, maybe. I don't know, but like it's a really complex idea, so I kind of doubt it. Like it literally includes that in the story, so maybe it's too complex of a story. It's the most complex story. If anybody ever says what's House of Leaves about, all I can say is like It's a book about a fucking documentary that doesn't exist, about a fucking house that's bigger on the inside than it is the outside, and it's a horror.
Yeah, it's kind of like how Joseph Heller ripped off Journey to the End of the Night for Catch 22, and afterwards all of his fucking books were shit because he had nothing left to steal from.
Well,
That's like Danielewski.
No, see, that's the thing. Early Revolutions is good. I mean, The Familiar started out good, but it's like, and that'll never be finished. But like, The Familiar started out good, I guess. I mean, he's a really good. He's a fucking postmodern author. What the fuck do you expect? Oh no, oh my god, we're still recording, and like the people are gonna, they're gonna know that I actually do read things sometimes. um,
You've been outed, Bryden.
I actually, yeah, I actually know a little bit about literature. No, it's bullshit. Like he's not a Danielewski's a fucking fine author, dude. Like what's the one he wrote about the fucking stupid sword thing? I just read that at the library in Olympia. That shit was stupid. I mean, it's like, I don't know. But what are you going to say about postmodern fucking writing? Like, most of it's shit. It's stupid.
Yeah. And postmodernism is old. It needs to die. Postmodernism's been around since what, the 50s?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just the idea. Like, just make a website. Like, just make a fucking choose your own adventure website, dummy. You know, like, what is good? Oh, dude, you know what's sad? Every now and then I get fucking bummed out that Vonnegut's dead. Not that any of his shit wasn't anything that isn't like high school crap, but like I still get bummed. And you know what I've been thinking about recently? Was it Slapstick, where like the Chinese had shrink themselves down to where like everybody was inhaling Chinese men?
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that a lot recently. Like they're the coronavirus.
I can't possibly wonder why.
I have been thinking about that. It's been funny. Just Chinese men. We're all just inhaling tiny Chinese men.
I don't know. I think Vonnegut's overrated.
Of course he's overrated. So
I mean, I read Slaughterhouse-Five when I was in high school.
Slaughterhouse
that was
5 is his,
okay.
No, Slaughterhouse 5 is his least good book. Slapstick is better.
Yeah, but it's like reading Slaughterhouse-Five didn't exactly endear me to him.
Wait, was it? Yeah, I mean, I guess it's fine. I still use the term like for my gut, like for my gastrointestinal problems. I'm like, I got a valve. Erica's like, you don't have a valve. I'm like, I have a valve.
That nomenclature will be funny. Doubly funny when you finally have a heart attack and get a valve put in.
I've told Erica that fucking I have early onset fucking stomach cancer, and she's gonna stop laughing when I end up having stomach cancer.
Are you sure it's a stomach cancer? Could just be an ulcer.
Oh, dude, I've had ulcers. Here's the thing: I've had ulcers since I was like fucking 19. Like I've always had gastrointestinal problems. And like now my gut is a fat fucking bloated gut. So what it is, honestly, I gotta fucking go get the whole thing fucking figured out. Because like I've killed all my good gut fauna and shit like that. I mean, it's not good. I'd love to go to the doctor right now for it, but like I can't. And I always just kept putting it off. I went to the doctor once and he was like, try this. And I was like, and then I didn't because I didn't want to. I think I'm just severely fucking lactose intolerant, which is an issue. because it's like now I just have to be vegan, which is annoying. I kind of hate that.
You hate eating vegan?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's the ethical thing to do, in my eyes. You know, I mean, I'm not saying anybody else needs to be vegan, but like, it's the ethical thing to do in my eyes. But it's like, God damn it, I love cheese. So, I mean, I'll bet I'd lose fucking 30 pounds if I just fucking stopped eating cheese. Is the thing.
Yeah, cheese is delicious.
Oh, it's so
After we
good.
get done here, I'm gonna, you know, I've got some pasta left over from last night. I'm gonna spread some cheese on that.
That's
with
the
the
best.
sauce.
Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, Alfredo pasta? What the hell? What the fuck? Who said Alfredo pasta was allowed? You know, it's the best pasta. But, you know, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I just gotta cut dairy out of my diet, and I'll fucking, like, lose weight tremendously. Also, like, I mean, I'm just like a fucking fat, bloated mess. Like, that's the thing too, Matt. I mean, you've
Well, it
seen
looks
me.
like you've been losing. Well, I mean, I can see you right now. It looks like you've been losing weight, at least in your arms. Your arms are like twigs.
Well, I mean, hopefully, I've been losing weight. I don't think I've been losing weight. I mean, I basically look like a snowman. You know, you just fucking like a couple bulbs and you just put twigs in them. But nah, I mean, I got. I don't know. I'd like to lose the weight in my neck and face. Like, I used to look about more fucking, you know, gaunt, as they say. You know, like David Bowie-esque. I was a real skinny guy, like 3-4 years ago, and then now I'm just like, bleh. Yeah, it's kind of fucking fat. Which, like, it'd be fine. Yeah, I mean, if I was fat all over, like, if I would get, you know, my arms were fatter, that'd be great. Like, I'd love to just be, like, fat all over. Just like Rush Limbaugh, you know? But, no, not the
Just
case.
look like the Michelin Man.
Yeah, oh my God, I would love to be that fat. I would love to just be that fat.
You
That'd
know,
be
like
so
you know,
cool.
like Jim Sterling level fat.
Yeah, dude, fucking Belushi, dude. I want to fucking be Jim Belushi fat. I would love that. But no, I'm just like, I look like if you just stacked up a bunch of fucking Play-Doh and put toothpicks in it. You know, like, it's not good. Like, all I have is just this fucking gut. And then tiny legs and arms. I look like a child tried to draw a person. You know? It's like, it's not good.
Yeah, you look kind of like when Chris Chan drew a picture of himself fucking his best friend. You look like the girlfriend.
Don't know that reference, but
Don't look it up. It's cursed.
no, I'm not gonna. I just figured as soon as you said Chris Chan fucking, I was like, nah, I'm good on that one. Oh yeah, what else were we supposed to fucking talk about? There was some other shit.
I was gonna mention one thing that annoyed me. That is not really. It's something I've observed. 2020 is like the year of necro memes.
Oh yeah, that's what we were supposed to talk about. That shit. That's that's fucking gay.
It's weird. You know what set me off today is like you know that show Lazy Town,
Hell
the
yeah,
kid
yeah,
show
yeah.
with the pink-haired girl.
Yeah.
Well, apparently the actress from that, like, she did a TikTok of herself, and you know, like the meme from like it was like 10 years ago.
That was
Someone
her?
took yeah, that was the actress. Someone took you know, this was 10 years ago. Someone took an episode of Lazy Town,
With
like
Lil
the song
Jon.
the lady was singing. Yeah, Lil Jon. You know, the guy goes, "What?" and "Yeah." And this chick, this actress from Lazy Town, is actually doing the song in a TikTok, the mashup.
I mean, I'm glad
Like, that's 10 years old.
I'm glad that was her.
But yeah, you've got, people once again are blaming Sam Hyde for like, international calamities, Someone necroed the famous troll face comic about infinite money like 2 days ago. Apus are coming back.
What's
What's
an
going on
ape?
with the necroing memes, guys? This is bizarre. I mean, like, everyone's, the whole take of like, oh, Hollywood can only do remakes now is like done to death. But, this is bizarre to me because like,
I mean, they're doing that with video games now. It's like Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake, Final Fantasy
well,
7 remake.
well, they started doing remakes back in the like early aughts, so like I'm not too shocked about that.
Okay, but we finally got a Final Fantasy 7 remake, and it's 40 hours of Midgar, and it's episodic. Is what you're getting. Is you got to buy 2 more games. So that's
Wait, it's episodic? Oh God, they are really ripping people off there.
Yeah, no, it's bullshit. That's why, like, I'm not buying. I was gonna buy a PS4 for the whole fucking thing, dude, and then I was like, oh yeah, it's the whole thing. I'm just gonna wait. I'll pay
It's
for
not
the
on.
PS5, and I'll wait for the Final Fantasy 7 remake complete.
It's
like
not.
that.
It's not on PC.
No. If it's on PC, I just fucking upgrade my PC for it. But I gotta fucking upgrade my PC anyway. I mean, like, it's just, I mean, I gotta buy a whole new computer. I mean, it's bullshit. Like, Half-Life Alex is like Half-Life 3, but not really. And, it's just, I don't know. I mean, basically, like, what the gaming world is telling me is that I have to spend $3,000. It's like, oh, cool. It's, yeah, great. Luckily, Trump is sending me $2,100. I guess that's, Valve Index. Donald Trump should have just fucking sent everybody a Valve Index.
That would have been cool. Yeah.
That would have been hilarious, too. He just sends everybody a Valve Index. He's like, listen.
And a copy of Half-Life Alex.
I know that, there's tough times going on. Dr. Fauci. He says, it might be till August, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to send everybody a Valve Index. And people are like, what the fuck is this? It's just like moms in trailers who are just like, I have no idea what this is.
Is this lock in the Matrix?
Oh man, no, I'll bet if you did that, people would riot.
Huh. I'm looking at the Valve Index right now. I didn't know what it looked like. This is pretty thorough.
Oh yeah, it's a great headset.
It's got like not just the VR headset. It's got like what looks like a couple of controllers, which fit around your hands, I'm guessing, and I guess those are speakers next to it.
Yeah. Well, like every get up you're gonna get with VR is gonna have controllers, but like that one's got the sound is really good. That's the best one you're gonna get, and it costs $1,000.
It's not too bad, I guess.
No, it's retarded. It's $1,000.
Well, I mean, how much did
it's $1,000.
How much did a Virtual Boy cost when that was new?
That's true. That is true.
And the Virtual Boy was a piece of shit.
I don't know. It's $1,000. Like,
let me.
Look, I'm not gonna buy the fucking thing.
Okay, never mind. That is retarded because the Virtual Boy was priced at I think $179.
Okay, but at the time, that was the equivalent of like $400, which is still, way more reasonable than $1,000.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing there are like a lot of VR games you can use with the Index.
No, there's really not. There's really not.
Really? I mean, how many games are there for it?
Oh, there's tons. They're just all stupid.
I just said there was probably a ton of games for it.
Yeah, they're not good ones though. Not worth $1,000.
Okay.
No, it's retarded. I'm gonna get one when so Outlast Trials. We know literally nothing about it outside of Red Barrels is making it. It looks like it's going to be a co-op VR game. Pretty annoying to me because I don't have friends or a VR headset. That's when I'd buy a fucking VR headset. That and like The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners looks pretty good. But besides Boneworks, Half-Life Alyx, and Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, that's literally the only 3 games that are good that are on VR right now. That's it. The rest of them are fucking stupid and garbage.
Like, isn't there like some developer that makes like social justice like VR games? There was one about the murder of the death of Trayvon Martin.
I hope so. I mean, I know who you're talking about. I'm not sure if that's VR, but yeah. Like that's where you're at with VR games. They ain't shit. You know, I mean, VR is the future for sure. Which also scares me a little. You know, the future scares me. But I'm mad. I'd rather just fucking watch somebody play that goddamn game than pay $1,000 to play fucking Half-Life 2.5. They're all a bunch of assholes.
And from my understanding, they went and retconned like the end of Half-Life 2 Episode 2 or something in Half-Life Alyx.
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't have to get into that here, but like, they didn't retcon it. That's part of the story.
It sounds retarded.
Well, I mean, it's been fucking 15 years. I mean,
yeah, Valve really screwed us there because they ended that series with a fucking cliffhanger and never put out Episode 3.
Well, I mean, but they did with Half-Life Alyx. They did close that fucking loop on that one. You know what I want is fucking BioShock VR.
Oh, that would fucking own.
It would be amazing. Yeah. I mean, that would just be fucking incredible.
Yeah. It's been a while, and I actually really have to pee. So you wanna close down the show?
I think let's do that. I think we're at about we're at hour 27. So
yeah, well, I should go for the news segment first because I didn't do that at the beginning. We'll just get for this quickly. With Light and Dust by Xenon and Fishlu is now out via Terror House Press. Go to terrorhousepress.com. If you're listening to this on Sunday, book is on sale through Sunday for 15% off, 33% off. Go to terrorhousepress.com and take advantage of that. And as Bryden mentioned earlier, our next book will be Sick Inside the Citadel by Benjamin Welton. Benjamin will hopefully be the guest on the next program. Sick Inside the Citadel is a collection of some of his best work, best poems, best short stories. He's a really, really good writer.
He's the only guy that I actually like reading his bullshit. I read other people's bullshit and I go, ugh. I read this guy's stuff and I'm like, relatable, dude. Relatable.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's a fucking old punk rocker is what he is. He's an old punk rocker, which means like all I want to do is just like when I read his stuff, I'm like, hell yeah, let's just fucking light up a cigarette and sit outside at some fucking shitty place.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we'll be having him on the show. Sick Inside the Citadel by Benjamin Welton will hopefully be out on April 24th. We're doing 2 book releases this month because that's how much we love you. But yeah, I think that's it for the show. Brian, anything you want to plug?
Yeah. Quarantine.
No, don't plug quarantine.
How weird is it that, like, you know, it's like quarantine used to mean, like, you're sick, go over here, and now it's just like, you're alive, go over there. Look, I'm not saying the virus is a hoax. I'm just saying that, like, you've all been had.
You've been had, folks. We've all been had. But yeah, Bryden, go follow Bryden on DLive. The link is in the description.
Oh yeah,
He's
I
on.
do that.
You're back on Instagram now, right?
Yeah, I'm Factual Face on Instagram. Yeah.
I'll throw a link to that in there as well, and there's also the link to your website.
Don't follow me.
Okay.
I mean, on DLive, definitely follow me. On Instagram, kind of, leave your boy alone.
Yeah, don't follow him on Instagram. Just do what he says.
Yeah, just leave me alone over there. DLive, come on by. Instagram, leave your boy alone.
Yeah, and of course, if you can follow me at mattforney.com, my Telegram, my YouTube, my DLive. You know where to find me. And that'll do it for this episode of Terror House Radio. Be sure to check in every day at Terror House Magazine, terrorhousemag.com for our latest updates. Check out our books at Terror House Press at terrorhousepress.com. Follow our social media links in the description. And don't forget that you can always check out past episodes of Terror House Radio at terrorhouseradio.com. Terror House Radio is produced by Bryden Proctor, presented by Jugs. Intro music by Meme Extremist, Illegitimate Non-Coverundum, Don't the Bastards Grind You Down. I'm Matt Forney. Thanks for watching. And with Bryden Proctor, we're out.
Fucking gay, dude.
What the hell was that?
Terror House Radio.